Democrat Jasmine Crockett goes off during a GOP conversation. Here it is.
President of the United States has committed. But when we start talking about things that look like evidence, they want to act like they blind. They don't know what this is. These are our national secrets. Looks like in the to me. This looks like more evidence of our national secrets, say on the stage at Mar-a-Lago. When we're talking about somebody that's committed high crimes, it's at least indictments. Let's say 32 counts related to unauthorized retention of national security secrets, 7 counts related to obstructing the investigation, 3 false statements, 1 count of conspiracy to defraud the United States, falsifying business records, conspiracy to defraud the United States, 2 counts related to efforts to obstruct the vote certification proceedings, 1 count of conspiracy to violate civil rights, 23 counts related to forgery or false document statements, 8 counts related to soliciting, and I could go on because he's got 91 counts pending right now. But I will tell you what the president has been guilty of. He has unfortunately been guilty of loving his child unconditionally, and that is the only evidence that they have brought forward. And honestly, I hope and pray that my parents love me half as much as he loves his child. Until they find some evidence, we need to get back to the people's work, which means keeping this government open so that people don't go hungry in the streets of the United States. And I will yield.
Perfect timing. Put up the picture full mess. I got some things to say here. First of all, Madam, I appreciate your continued leadership. Representative Crockett presented a fact sheet from the Congressional Integrity Project detailing Trump's financial dealings with China. The representative said the GOP was too focused on Hunter Biden instead of allegations against Trump. Quote, if they would continue to say if or Hunter and we're playing a drinking game, I would be drunk by now because I promise you, they have not talked about the subject of this, which would be the president. Crockett said, she found it disturbing that no one can point to a crime committed by the current president, Joe Biden. Even each of the expert witnesses called by Republicans to the hearing said there was no current crime, no evidence, not enough evidence to impeach Biden. Their witnesses said this. Let's talk about the government shutdown, the looming, the reality of Matt Gaetz and the extremists of the Republican Party not getting their ish together. This is not about Democrat versus Republicans as it has been traditionally, right? Comes down to the wire. You got red versus blue, left versus right. Not anymore. You literally have right versus right, conservative on conservative. They cannot figure out a pathway forward. Why? Because they lack leadership. They are feckless, they are cowards. They have no actual moral compass, no ideological floor. There is no purpose other than power and proximity to it. And so when you have that as your reality and your standard of how you politic, then you become as volatile as the wind, changing what you believe by the moment, electing leaders who have no backbone as well. And here we are. Federal government is about to shut down. Here's the reality. The number one employer of Black people in America is the federal government. So please understand who's being harmed the most by way of demographic. Who's being harmed the most when these things happen? Isn't it ironic that members of Congress during the shutdown, they still receive their paycheck? I have one proposal. Let's tie their money to their employees' money and watch how the government never shuts down again. Senator, thoughts?
Yeah, their money in that public health care they getting.
Yep.
off the taxpayers' dime.
That's right. Great public health care.
They don't want universal health care. I digressed a little bit. Yeah, the representative went off there, and they need to make the main thing, and that is keeping the government open. All types of services, the everyday people that they claim that they care about, that they ran to serve. They only got one job, and they can't even do that right. I mean, if they were on any other job, they would be fired. They wouldn't have a job, but this is just one job. Keep government running, and they just playing games. I want to list some of the things that are going to be at stake here. 65,000 children will lose access to child care. We got 60,000 seniors that will not be able to get the nutritious meals that they get via Meals on Wheels, just one example. 2.1 million women and children through the WIC program. Border and custom agents gone, as you laid out, the furlough of federal employees. This is an example of absolute power, corrupting absolutely, and just people who don't give a damn. They just don't. This is all about them. It's not about the people they serve. No way, no how, because if it was, they wouldn't even put us in this situation. And the impact that it's going to have on the economy, there's going to be a ripple effect that's going to be felt. Some people are going to be directly impacted. All of us will be indirectly impacted. And this is no way to govern.
That's right. And the reality is also, these individuals making the decisions, they are in a bubble. They don't have authentic connections with folks that are adversely impacted. They may have some association, but if they had authentic connections, you got to think about this. Who would make that kind of decision if they had a socialized family life, personal life, and professional life where the people they know, love, and trust would be adversely impacted? The reason why they can make these decisions typically is because they live inside of a bubble where those individuals are not truly inside of that bubble with them. All right.